There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, the more I get you. And you love our money, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world, folks. Good evening to all of you, our channel listeners. Please check your time and tell us exactly what the time left from your end. It's 2 minutes past 6. That's the time check from our cousin studio right here in Truth FM 96.1. Sktv. Again, it's good to be back. Since Monday, we were able to go home with a wonderful show on Monday, which of course was on yesterday. And today is Tuesday, the 5th of May. For a matter of fact, it's 5/5. I mean, the 5th month, the 5th day, and the year remain the same, 2026. So again, it's good to be right to your doorstep. That means right on your radio. All those of you who are listening to us got a radio. Let me say the pleasant good evening to all of you, our supporters, our well wishers, our all of you that follow us, even though you share all of our videos or the show in your favorite chat rooms. By this time, most of your chat rooms already receiving the live Sktv live right there in your chat rooms. You want to hear what we say here? It's good. Because at the end of the day, we are fighting for better Liberia. But guess what? There are other people who are fighting for their life to get better. They are not fighting for the entire country to get better. No. That's the thing with life. So sometimes you got to get these things straight. Some of you think that because you don't want to support, you want to be combative, you want to be seen as maybe someone who can maybe flow fighter or what you may call. So that ask yourself, take in deep breath. By the way, God help us share the show, people. First, help us share the show. Good evening to all of you, to both us, Young Junior. Thank you, Robert, Fasulu, Jacqueline, the rest of you who are watching. Good evening to all of you. So, before you take up, what you may call gun or weapons or what kind of thing to go out there to fight, think, check, and know exactly what you are fighting for. What are some of the reasons that you think that you're going on the front line to fight? Because when you are fighting, you should fight for good purpose. You can fight just because you want to fight, you know. And I have a look. Most of us here today who are following these politicians, we are just fighting just because we want to fight. The politicians that you are fighting for, they are getting rich. Their life and the life of their family members are getting better. But you are there fighting. You are there, you know, becoming so combative on the internet. You are, you are reacting to things. You know, yeah, it's just getting so interesting to me sometimes when I see some of our brothers and sisters who are struggling for better lives, who their lives so terrible, they don't even have food, they are working, no salaries, some of them they haven't taken paid, but they're the one defending the politicians. How can the politicians, their children, are not coming out to, by the way, let me share the show, man. How we starting today? So how we starting today and how we're going to start the show, but again, the rest of the team or the panelists will soon join us here. They are setting up. They will join us here very, very soon. But again, these are all interesting things that what are you fighting for really? Sometimes check yourself. Are you seeing Senator Days, Representative Days, or President Days, Vice President Days? Are you seeing their children fighting? There you go. Who bewitch us? Yeah. Who really bewitch us, oh Father? Who bewitch us? Oh, why the show very so interesting? They should be hard. Who bewitch us? Sometimes you got to be asking these questions. Who bewitch us? Even if I love football, for example, and I love Chelsea so dearly to my heart. So the way Chelsea playing, and you want me to be happy with Chelsea. And people saying, yeah, Chelsea, no way. If it costs for me to be in England to protest against the poor performance of Chelsea, I will do. If it maybe look, you don't even know the kind of more extent that some of what we can go to get things straightened up. So I just passed by with these things. Some of you, our brothers and sisters out there, who are insulting each other on the internet, acting like you are, I don't know, intellectual or what. You wasting your time, because the best intellectual are those children, those lawmakers, children, the senators, the representative, the president Joseph Yema Buaka's son, Tata, who I know before into entertainment. I can't hardly see Tata now. Then you want can't tell people about intellectual or something. I don't see Tata anymore. But you don't know these things. Sit there and be insulting your brothers and sisters here and they don't think about how the society will be better. All of us add our voice, our voices, our energy to making the society better. Because when the society gets better, guess what? Your livelihood, the livelihood of your children, your family members will all be better. So when you are fighting today, some of you who are listening, quickly before I welcome Mr. Dishu, all these things are all advances to all of us as people. If you are defending, know for which purpose that you are defending. Don't just defend because you are green, blue, red, yellow, pink, purple, or no. Defend because what you are defending for is the right thing. But again, Mr. Tishu, good evening and welcome, man. Mr. Tishu. Yeah, man. The country interesting too, Mr. Tishu. But what's up? Well, so Mr. Tishu just said, no, you pay help us share the show that I'm doing already. Yeah, the country is interesting. Case as for right. Why you people are fighting? Some of you who outside of Liberia, who in fact on a shower, people wouldn't even have stable lifestyle before I even talk about taking back some kind of way. We stay into pocket, and you are defending. Defending what? Yeah, man. Mr. Tishu. Well, I think Mr. Tishu is setting up so that yeah, indeed. So what are you defending? As I said this question, are you defending your poverty? Because I think we are defending our poverty. Yeah, we're good at defending. I think, yeah. Something is just not so right that we keep defending. I'm not saying that don't support your political party, But the individuals, these politicians are the problem. It's not the organization. Hey man, what kind of school we really going to? You think that is school? You think that the organization is the problem? No. That's why some of you say, yeah, Republican, Democrat. Ah, who need a program that Donald Trump? So sometimes we just gotta get common sense. These organizations, Unity Party, CDC, ANC, CMC, all the political parties, they are not the problem. But the individuals, the people who behind the political party, they are the problem. But you will not see that one. No, you will prefer to be eating something that not even talking to you, that I can't even talk. Look, God help us, Father God, help us and really, really open our eyes, especially for the young people. Yeah, Lord, let the young people know better. Let the young people understand things. Let the young people know that lives is going and they are not enjoying. Let the young people know that they are not enjoying anything. In this country, we have people, places that some of us that we are visiting. We have people who are even living life more than even Donald Trump. You don't see nothing here. Ah, God. So continue to be defending your own property. We have people here in Liberia. And where do people get all the money from? They get the money from you, from your resources. Check. All of the money people here in Liberia, most of them come from government. If not, all of them from government. Check good. And they live out the best of life here in Liberia. While you are struggling, some of them, they have three sources of, in fact, power. They have the LEC, they have the generator, and they have the solar system. So by the time the LEC go off, for example, either the generator pick up or the solar system pick up. But yeah, you and myself were sweating all day. And we stay defending. Young people. I don't know the reason that you are defending the politicians. Anyway, sometimes when people don't really happy, but again, people go evening, Mr. Tissue. Let me see quickly, man. Let me bring Mr. Tissue on. Yes, indeed, Mr. Tissue, good evening. I don't know what he said already. Well, I don't know what happened with Mr. Tissue today.
I'm scared. Maybe you hear me?
Yeah, good. Mr. Tissue, don't be holding all that out. We don't let too much of, wasting of times. Time is our best friend, even though it's our enemy. But
yeah, I'm trying to work on the page to see where I'm going to get it right. But everything is all right. Everything is all right. I'll say hi to the listening public. And yeah, it was going to be an interesting evening because there's a lot for us to discuss. Like you said about the Liberian people. I believe that the Liberian people living in slavery, but they don't know. You know, they have not defined themselves yet, because the fact with me is that maybe I believe that we were only born in Liberia, but we are not controlling nothing. Mm-hmm. You know, so we are in Liberia as Liberian by birth, but we are not in Liberia as Liberian as somebody who is there to progress their life or see the future of their family come up. Because everything is being controlled by foreigners. Mm-hmm. We have sold out the sea to the Chinese, the gold and diamond gone. Every sector of our country have been sold to foreigners, including people who come into Liberia. If you want to have some recognition or some registration, they give it to the Indian people. So who are we in our own country?
We are spectator, or in fact, we are foreigner.
Yes. Foreigners in our own land, because if we can take foreigners to control some registry and certain things in our country, I think that we have sold up. So our identity is in the mud. Our sovereignty is being questioned because we're still trying to find our identity with our sovereignty. The problem at the border, our government has never told us nothing. So it's a lot that have to be discussed. Because I think Liberia is on the route of
Mr. Tissue, let me ask you this question since we stay into this, because this is interesting, Mr. Tissue. Like, for example, the reason why we are on this eye, I guess, is for us to live, enjoy it. Then later on, if the time reaches for us to die, we die and go back. But people are living as slaves. People are living into abject poverty. And the same people who are living into abject poverty, like us in Africa, we believe that these things are spiritual. So let's go to the church and pray so that our leaders can change. And the leaders, they go to this, by the way, they go to these churches or to these religious people or to these mosques or so forth, and they donate, they give to these people, and they come back and nothing changed.
Maybe that's a serious problem. What you just pointed out, it will go to I will put it as a societal problem. Because if we as a people start to think that the church leaders are the ones to lead us, and we give them all of what they need, the offering to the church, coming, being on different church committees and all of that, I believe that the people are blaspheming because within their own heart, they know what they're doing is not right. Within their own heart, they know that how they carry on the life of Christian, what they should be telling the Christians, they are not telling them, but they're telling them other things for favoritism from government. Politics had overtaken everything in Liberia, including religion. Including religion. Remember that when certain issues happen in Liberia, the religious leaders will come out and talk. And certain things will happen in Liberia, they will never talk. They are being selective. This is why I say we have a broken structure, a broken system, because if people are trying to be selective and they choose and pick on how we're going to do things, we're going to have a bad future because all the bad precedents and biases that have been done at this particular time will affect the future. That means to say in the future, when we got the right people, we got the right law, and we want to do the right things, they will bring us back to the precedents of what have been happening because this is history. You know, the people are moving in Liberia with all recognizing history. They don't know that history will be able to point at them. History will be able to tell the story. So for us during our time in the back coming up, we're all fighting to keep a good character because of history. But today, I see even government officials not even conscious, they're not even thinking about that. Their subconscious mind don't even tell them about that. So maybe we're in a mystery world, Liberia is in a mystery world where I say we are caught up in the web and we're trying to find our way out. So that's the best answer I can give.
Thank you, Mr. Tishu. But Ali just joining us. Ali, we started with this issue of young people. I think maybe you were listening to some, maybe while you were doing the setup. If you listen to me, the kind of way we put all of our energies in defending the politicians, and you don't see the politicians, family members, even their children. You don't see, like for example, let me just use Yeke Koruba. You don't see Yeke Koruba wife and children here and there. Let me just use it as one example. But you will see our brothers and sisters out there who are hungry, who even a hospital bill, in fact, they don't even know in fact, everything about them is just upside down. And they want, in fact, I don't know, in fact, they are the ones supporting and protecting and doing everything for the same politicians who continue to put us into higher poverty. Then we will start with my brother. What say you with that first? Then we'll move on maybe with our talking points and other things on today. But this is interesting that if you go on the internet, the insults, the kind of way our young people are now proceeding with entire politics, now and then people, there's someone that come in there and say, maybe someone who understand of killing each other just for the politician. Yes. Yes. But what say you, my brother?
Oh, thank you, Mabel. Good afternoon, Mr. Dishu. Good afternoon, Mabel. Good afternoon to our listening audience and follower out there. I stopped seeing the Yamuto Mensah a few times. I hope she's okay. Yeah. But the problem, Mabel, it is so sad that Liberia, those people who are living in higher poverty, Okay, and those people who are responsible for them living in such life where they can't even say afford at times to get their daily bread, to even say get children's school fees, or when it comes to medical bills and things, to even carry their children to hospital for them to afford to pay their children medical bills and things. Those people who are responsible to keep them in such life, and then they stand to defend those people. So Liberia is the country that I see that happening. Like you said, go on social media today, let somebody just say, oh, this other representative, this other minister this, the other minister that, or JMB this, George Weah. You will not see those ministers, directors, you will not see their children there. When like you ever go on social media, you see Jojo Boakai ready to defend his father. When last you ever go on social media, you see Gafuan children writing, Mo Ali children writing? No, you will not see that children writing, because these children, they are getting quality education. When they are sick, their parents, their fathers, their mother, their parents, they fly them out of the country, they go, they get quality health care, everything they bring them back. They eat on time, their needs and wants are met on time without any delay. So they even say care why you say about their parents, because why? They are getting what they want. They live in the life they think they need to live. But those people who are not living that life, they keep them in utter poverty. They are the one when you say, oh, Mo Ali is corrupt, they coming to curse you. When you say this other person is corrupt, they coming to curse you. It is so sad that the people that put you in that condition, you're still to defend them, you're still to protect them. I don't know. But again, don't forget, we are the world's second lowest IQ country. So that's our position. So you should expect to see this thing happening. But it is so
Yes, thank
sad.
you, my brother. You are quite correct. No wonder why the politicians continue to play us around, because I think the people that are enjoying, let me think here, we're not trying to maybe put people against other people, no. But the people that are enjoying in Liberia, who live in the standard life, maybe you can say maybe equal to America or maybe Europe, they are less, maybe they are about between 2 to 3%, if I 1%. But the rest of the other people who are struggling per day, that when you go red light, the sun in red light will beat you. Oh man, you just for you to even go red light to go and buy, my brother, the struggle, the pain, the frustration that you even pass through is not easy. Just to go and spend money for your own thing, if you not feel pain all over you, that alone is it just speak that you are not normal. That is not fine. So we are in majority, and we that are in majority, instead of us holding the people who are in minority accountable by telling them that no, you do the right thing so that they kick, so the national cake can go across to for all of us. Say no, let defend them, let them eat, let them let them know big. I saw something I found on the internet, but I did quickly before go. I think somewhere around here Africa, they said one other person, the president said, if these people bury, that means their people coming that come down, he will dismiss them. So some of them are the start training already. It's just glaring that you corrupt.
Maybe Mr. Dishu said something, and this is Mr. Dishu said something, and that's the opposite of what's happening in Liberia. Like in the Western world, more especially like for in this country called America, maybe if somebody want to be governor for a state, or somebody want to be a city mayor, somebody want to be a representative, somebody want to be a senator. These are people who already established. They are not brokers. They are not hungry. They look at the district they are in, and they see that there is something that lacking in that district, and they know they have the mindset that when they are elected as representative, senator, governor, or when they become city mayor, they know what they can do to change that thing that is lacking within that district. So the person will say, no, I think I can contest to be a representative or governor or senator or whatsoever, so I can be able to change this. Because they only go there with the mindset of changing things to have a better district. So that tomorrow, even when they are no more, when their children get in the street there, they say, oh, yeah, look at Maylin. Maylin, when your father was serving as governor of Maryland, when he was a mayor, when he was a representative, when he was a senator, this is, oh, your father was a great man. This is what he brought to our district. This is why the people go to serve for, to leave legacy, so that children can be proud to us, even themselves, so the history can be that their name should forever remain. How many lawmakers, how many
And you saying something
representatives,
though, brother
senators,
Aliu?
government officials you get in Liberia that can go to serve with that mindset? No, they feel that government job is a lucrative position where they can go to enrich themselves, and then those people who make them to get those positions, they enslave them to be clapping for them, to be worshiping them. So that's the problem with our country.
And you saying
I don't know
something
with the
though, brother
mindset
Ali, this is
to
important,
change anything.
before we move on quickly, this is important. For the past 20 years, some of us, all of our experience in the little happening of the day here in Liberia, like you said, I haven't seen any of our past leader, family members, or children even standing strong into even a district for people to say yes, that they, you know, that they person, that they did, that they put. I think that thing happened a little bit in district number 11. If you can still recall, I think there are one lawmaker they call him, I don't know, Tanampole, what pape?
Yeah, as a Tanapoli.
Tanampole, good.
Yeah, I just forget his wedding, but Tanapoli.
Yes.
I remember him.
Indeed. And when
Yes.
Tanampole died, I think in district number 11, the people there said no one carry his daughter. What, because of political party thing here and there, the people had to split all the vote and here, but I think I saw people standing by his daughter. So I don't know what was his performance though, but I did say, what kind of legacy we leaving behind for our children? Maybe I'll come on the radio here, leaving legacy for Mary to know so that people say, yes, maybe we can still remember your dad. Your dad stood up. But what kind of legacy we leaving behind? Look, I like your statement, but I know maybe, Mr. Teacher, maybe if you have anything to do, then we'll cross over to the police. Shamefully agree on publish global ranking information that indeed that the Liberia National Police rank are number 10 and in Africa and 70 globally in 2026. And after research, by the way, anything first?
Just to close on what we were talking first, the first topic about the Ali talk mostly about the legacy. That is what we used to live for before, because if you don't have that character, you cannot live in a society where people were against bad habits, people were against bad things. That's the society that we were living in. But the society now, I see the people praising the rogues. The rogues are the leaders. The rogue will go as T, and they will only give them, I think, grumpy money. That's how we used to call it before. Give you grumpy money. That means they say 2 cents and 1 cent, all of that. And they will carry the bulk of it. We have not gotten the sense of realizing who we are yet as a people in Liberia, because the politicians have fought and have won the game. The game is that they will keep us under poverty. The game they will keep us, keep our people uneducated. These are the games that they have played, and they have won the game. 90% of our people are not educated. And when it started, 42 years ago, they said they took the other people out of power. They were coming to restore everything. 42 years, nothing had happened. So we're into this web that we're praying to get out. That's what I have to say. On the police ID thing, I think it was a great, great mistake. And we will first investigate who put out the statement, the press statement. Did it come from the National Police Force? If it came from the National Police Force, then who gave that order that first remark or that first statement was supposed to have been sent out to the press, and it was later rebutted because of correctional error? I think they lie. They lie to the fact that they hope that the vulnerable people and the gullible people of Liberia are now going to go into it and find out, and they were going to carry the praise. But since the people have found out, they're afraid that we're going to be a backlash on them. That's why they're coming out with this other statement of rebuttal. That's what I think about it.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Let's welcome Brother AB, even though Elam, in fact, is sad they're having a little bit issue, but I don't know what in getting us. Brother AB?
Yeah, Mabel, how you doing, old man?
Okay, that's great. Yes, we are okay. Thank God for life. I don't know whether
Okay.
you want to
Let me
start
say,
off from
let me
where we
say
start
good,
from. Yeah, go ahead.
yes. Let me say good evening. I mean, good afternoon to my dear brother Dishir and of course, brother Aliyu. It's great to see you guys again, and fascinating topic, you know. But I would just like to throw a little bit of light on the economic situation of Liberians. You know, Mabel, currently in Liberia. Let me see. Do I have an echo? Anything? I'm fine, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Currently in Liberia, the poverty in Liberia is extreme and widespread, where approximately 30% of the population living below the international extreme poverty line. And on a daily basis, people live, that is, if you're living by $2.15, that's 30% of your people. That's what they're living on. And then per day, it will rise to 20% if you are living around $3 and change. So I don't know how many people in Liberia are living by $3 and change on a daily basis. How many people can afford that? You understand? So one of the lowest GDP per capita globally, with only 4.8% middle class population. 4.8. Meaning if you get 100% of that 100%, you only get 4.8% living middle class in Liberia now. Just imagine. Think about that. So if you got 4.8% of the population living middle class life, forget about riches, but middle class, just to be in the middle class, relatively as the Liberian standard, middle class. Middle class is something that you can afford, your children can go to school, you got a home, and you know, whatever media is there, at least you got a standard of living. But that's not the case with your country. People living by $2, and even the $2.15, they can't afford it. If you carry the $3 on a daily basis, maybe 70% of your population. That's how poor that country is. And then the decentralized, I mean, how they call it, decentralized the wealth in the hands of government officials, primarily the legislative branch of government. All the guys are ordered, by the time they leave from there, they are all thousandaires and millionaires. Because if you're paying a man almost hundreds or more thousands a year, maybe you know what it takes to get six-figure pay in America? Even people with master degrees. It's not an easy thing to come by. And people get no kind of money in Liberia almost tax-free. And not only that, you give the incentives, you give the vehicles, you give the even the cooking at home, you're paying them. But then the rest of the population in abject poverty that can't even afford to send their children to school. It's appalling. Maybe before the crisis in our country, you had a bulk of the population in our country living middle class life. Because why they could afford to send their children to school, there were no home that I knew of in Liberia when I was growing up that their children, the family used to sleep with hunger. In my neighborhood, everybody at least used to get 2-3 bags of rice in your home. That's the kind of life that we saw when we were growing up. At least there was never a home that was short of food, maybe, even in the interior. When you go in the interior, the people have their rest band in our place. They could afford food. Their children were never sleeping with hunger. They could afford shelter. But that's not the case today. The insensitivity over there is just mind-boggling. And people are not even thinking that direction. So I just want to throw that light on it. But I know you guys trying to transition.
Let's go to legacy. Yes. As you talk about the issue of legacy, because
go ahead, Mibo. You're muted, Mibo. You're muted. Yeah, I think it's frozen. I think the network. Ali, you're there?
Yeah, Mayborn is frozen.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
so.
like Mayborn were talking about this police, or they report that came that Liberian police. I know they were rent to the 10 place and 70 in the whole world, this and that. When I saw that thing yesterday, I was like, really? And the first thing I made a comment, I say, I wonder how much they pay for them to get out a war. Because if you looking at the way our police, the police brutality that all the increase in our country, the way they are behaving, the way they conduct themselves, for them to be awarded to be to that level. I know this government, they pay money to do all their things, that they have paid millions of dollars for them to come and get Joseph Waka a award that he don't even work to even say get in his entire life. A word that not even represent him. So when I saw that thing, I was like they have go pay money somewhere again to some of those institutions for them to make Liberian police to be looking good in the eyes of the people. Just
Yeah,
for them to see
Ali,
that
you're right. You're right
they are
about
being
that.
taken down.
Ali, you're right about that. It putting all of the so-called awards that are being given to people in our country to
Mhm.
question, especially under this government. Because for you to brazenly post those kind of things, forgetting to know that the war has become a global village. You ain't got to go far or searching for nothing. Like right now, I was giving you the statistics about the standard of living in Liberia. I mean, just right on your phone.
Yes.
Information are right there. They are prevalent. They are all over the place. It's not like you go digging for informations. They are all over the place, Aliyu. So for them to go post such a thing and thinking that it would not be investigated, they are mistaken. And and it's embarrassing. They should be holding a press conference today to extend an apology to the Liberians for misleading them in our direction, and of course, assuring the populace that indeed such will not be repeated. But I doubt it whether they're going to do that, because this is the thing on the mind you. Everything that is unfolding in our country right now, everything is on video. And Aliyu, before people give you recognition of in any positive direction, those people, they will have crossed all their T's and dotted their I's. They're not
Yo.
going to just give you blindly. They're going to bestow recognition on you or the merit on you if those things are not investigated. And all of the things that unfolded over there, be a police brutal. Just imagine if police brutalizing blind people
I swear to God.
for exercising their franchise, their right to demonstrate peacefully. The brutalized ones. The one on the University of Liberia campus, on 2 occasions now, they have brutalized students. Peaceful gathering of people that were contesting the legislative impasse. They beat them. It's on the record. I wonder if they're thinking that those things were not documented. Those things are documented. So if you think you're going to go through all of those kind of situations, and yesterday somebody come out and say, "Oh, this is the best police in Africa," you talk about 10th place in Africa. Are you kidding me? But it was good that they consciously pulled down that posting, but they still need to do a lot to clarify such that indeed it's not a good thing. Look, if the police is doing the right thing and they got recognition, we all would trumpet that. It's not a question of being critical of people, right? But those are prevailing situations, Aliyu, that people, it's unavoidable that you can't speak about it. You just got to speak about it because those are they are realities. You can search for any information if you want to. So if you say that, Aliyu, you are right. You guys are right on that part. It's embarrassing.
Mhm.
But it just
When I
puts the
found that
question
thing,
all
I said it. I said
it,
maybe they have paid some money somewhere to
yes,
get
it
that
puts it
award.
puts all this recognition to question right now. All this
What?
recognition to
Liberian
question.
police?
Yeah, but I guess, my dear brother, did she want to come in on that topic? I don't know, but I mean, I just wanted to throw that light on it, man.
Maybe you buy?
Yeah, thank you, and thanks to the team. Yeah, we're back. So again, like yeah, you guys were talking about the Liberia National Police, and but if you talk about Mr. Dishu, I think Mr. Dishu, I already said something about it, but maybe if you want to add up. But again, let me just say something quickly. Then Mr. Dishu will come
We
on
got it.
that. Yes, indeed, because the reason here is we trust and believe in our security. So any other thing that coming from the security should be truthful to the citizens, should be the right team, should be the right for information, should be the information that the public will be able to use. Like I was telling some of my brothers today behind the scene. I said about the Liberia National Police don't need any kind of huge publicity from around the world for people to be present here and then. We understand that the police is underpaid. That one thing. But all we want from them is in the midst of their underpaid system, or what you may call, let them be professional. The police, they're not the only group of people that have been underpaid. Even the media. The media underpaid. The health system also, the health workers, they are also underpaid. But still, people are still struggling. We are still managing. We are still maintaining this thing so that at least our people can believe in the, and they can have the trust in us. So, for what happened with the Liberia National Police and even up to date, the government didn't say anything. Nobody has been dismissed or maybe suspended. Everything stayed the same. Well, sometimes now this thing has been following that. Who do we not trust from here? If the police themselves, if they can be behaving in a form and manner, who do we trust? There's someone that was saying, when they DA people, when they go places, they're always accusing them. People are accusing the LD officers for some of the wrong things. Allegedly that, oh yeah, maybe when they go places, if you don't be careful, they will do that, they will do that. People are always accusing these security apparatus. How can we work on things? Now you want to score, I don't know, that international goal or what kind of, I don't know, what kind of thing. You don't need these things. The only thing you need, even that, for example, if you have a little home, the only thing you need in our home for now is how to take care of the home first. If the family in the home, they can eat, at least, my brother said, even though they can eat 3 times a day, but at least when they can eat something, that's the first thing. But if you're not able to even feed the family, that means you have no complete control over them. So to our police, I think they err and they see the reactions of our people. Some of you out there today, this thing now should be an eye opener. We keep saying this thing, but Mr. Tishu come on, that 10, 15, 20 years from now on, a Liberia you know today will not be the same Liberia tomorrow. Let the politicians, let them continue to eat whatsoever thing they think that they can eat. Because they feel that maybe majority of the people are blind. No! Time will come tomorrow, our people's eyes will be open. And when you say A, they will want to tell you which type of A, whether it's capital A or a small a. They will tell you. So politicians, all these things should go into your mind or into your head that indeed the war is not the same. And Liberia is also part of the global war. Well, Mr. Tishu, you can come in or any of you. Yeah.
Like maybe that thing was very irresponsible. Like Mr. Cornell said, I think the police, they need to have a press conference or whatsoever to tell the Liberian people where that information came from and who put that information on the line, where everybody, when they saw it and people started, this is not like doing Charles Taylor then administration, like even doing Manasedi then administration, where internet people were not that swift to go and do fast checking to see this information as to whether it is factual or not. So for you to just come and put or something like that, and for people to start checking and they can see the source of it, not here they can. I think they need to tell the Liberian people what went wrong, and that is what we call responsible governance. At least you come and tell Liberian people, oh yeah, this is what happened. We apologize for such and misinformation to the public out there. Instead of remaining silent, that show how irresponsible they are. They had to social level of responsibility, how responsible they are, and maturity. So we look forward to see the police IG, the spokesperson. They are all there. Today is Tuesday, and I think even said we're supposed to go 24 hours to get a press statement from them. So we look forward to see, but that was very, very irresponsible on the part of the Liberia National Police. We are not fools. Anything you say, like Mr. Kone says, somebody can just sit on their phone, computer, whatsoever, and start to check, oh yes, and say, oh yes, we know. Like the award our president just got. When you check everything, you will know how you got it. So only people that don't know how to check those things, then will say, oh yes. But Joseph Walker himself, he know very well. Even some of his surrogates, they know that
But
he don't
these
deserve
things are
getting it.
all on the
And so they
internet,
give
but
the
Ali, that you
pay.
can even
You
apply
see?
for. These are things that, oh,
Yes.
yeah,
See?
God, Father. And
So
this is
like
what
just say
happening with
that.
most of our people. You can apply for these things, and the people that you are applying maybe from, or maybe applying this thing from, they will tell you the procedure, everything. If you are qualified or so, then they say yes, come. Because at the end of the day, most of the awards here and there, at the end of the day, something just have to be behind something. Now, how much of the awards, now,
The only thing that President Walker
yeah,
going
now
on the
I let too
side.
many awards, even very in like your own, it's just pass now.
I listen to you, and one thing that I pick up that I want to share is that you're talking about the integrity of the police. Maybe can you remember the kind of police directors that we had that were respected around the whole world? One of them was E. Harding Smith. We have
Yes.
Ted Gardner. We have Mr. Hammer. I mean, we
Mhm.
have directors. Them that I say Tommy Bonner was one of the police director. That how did Tommy Bonner get the job as police director? Don't talk on time. What happened with that? He had a group of he had the first taxi company in Liberia, and all the taxis were painted yellow.
Yellow.
When you
Right.
go to work, for Tommy Bonner, if that driver had accident with Tommy Bonner taxi, they had a tree in his compound there where they will put the
That's
driver
what they
on.
used to call yes company. Yes company.
Yes,
That Bonner company.
yes, of course, yes, company, and they will whip you 25. So driver have to be disciplined to go drive for Tommy Bonner company. So it was through that discipline. It was not because of women, it was because of the discipline. Tommy being police director.
Yep.
We had Evan Smith. We had Mr. Hammer. We have Gardner. Them. I mean, top police that were respected around the world.
But my brother, let me just interject. Even up to the point that the Doe era, you still had the likes of Wilfred Clark. Those were still reputable people.
Another great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're seeing these things here to tell you that the division came in when this new group of people came into power. It was after Wilfred Clark time that people started to go to partisan and loyalty
Partisan police, yes.
That is what damaged the police force. If it were not for that, it would have kept on the police being as a police and being backed by the justice ministry, and the people respected the police at that time. I think we'll still be in a good place. But since the partisan police came up, we cannot do anything about it. You can see everything, you can see vividly what the destruction and stuff like that, and the partiality that's being done with the police force right now against the citizens. So the citizen, if you're partisan and you're in problem, like what happened with in the House of Representatives, the police want to back a particular group. To that tell you that we are into a phase of not returning except we will make the corrections, because it had damaged the infrastructure, it had damaged the future of the country. And that what we're playing with, and we're still playing inside it. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tishu, to that. Quickly, to that, you are quite correct. Because, for example, even with some of the tenure positions, we just destroying things. I don't know. I thought this system is supposed to be there just for the society. For me, I'm still trying to get things. Maybe whether it is forced that when new government come, they should have new chief of staff. They should have new police direct. Everything about us is just about changing. They're doing that until we damaging the entire system. Okay, let's assume that maybe Melbourne want to have a own security, maybe person closer to him. Okay, no problem. But even the tenure positions, police, I think for police, like for example, the police should just be there for professional people who will be there on top, that maybe who will be able to control things, to make sure that things work. Because the police, they are first security that interact with the citizens. So if you make them to look the way they are looking today, then
that's the first line of defense, maybe.
Good. Then what kind of more? Then what kind of system that you want to build? So that means everything, Mr. Dishu. Let me just add up to you. You write all of the tenure positions. We taking people out. We're breaking our own partisan. If you go to LTA, what kind of country is this? Well, anyway, I just wanted to just add up to you on that, Mr. Dishu, because for me, these are reasons why when we come here, we tell our people that we're not going anywhere. They're just taking somebody go to, I don't know, raw mud or go to some kind of day, I don't know how many kilometer road and feel, yeah, the government doing that, yeah, the people doing that. They go and pin some kind of building. Nothing they're doing. Anybody who want to better your life, the first thing that you start working on is the system. Chinese people today, let me just call their names, sorry, but the system that in China, the one made China to be one of the among the world superpower today. But Chinese people will come here and do anything they want to do here to us because they know that when they come in, the people can tell them that place that the people that they so they're not serious. That bunch of serious people, they don't get law, they don't get nothing there. Just go, they can do anything. You can sell cross racks, you can go and sell cement, you can sell water, you can do anything. You can even sell sin. What kind of country is this?
Yes. Then we say, oh, let's fast and pray. Hey, the thing they call poverty is not natural. That's artificial. So if you will continue putting your people in poverty, wherein they can even a fool they are 3-day meal, and then you say, oh, let's pray for the country, let's pray for the government. The government are putting you in poverty. Poverty is not that's artificial something. But the government
don't care about prayer.
Let's pray.
Why am I brother they go put me and sit on that even she said, so don't get time for prayer.
But you know, Aliyu, to that point, even be it Christianity or Islam or any other religion, those that were the forebearers of those religions, those were the prophets, those were the messiahs, the everything. Even Jesus Christ, from my understanding, Jesus Christ had a profession. All of those people, be it the Moses, the Joseph, and everything, some of them were carpenters, some of them were business people.
He was a carpenter.
Yeah, he was a carpenter. Okay. Those people, yesterday had profession, and they didn't just sit there. Why it's true that they were doing the work of God, they were still productive people, and they were applying their skills to sustain their families and sustain the community. It was not about, oh, let's just pray. No, prayer without action is nothing. It has to be. It has to commensurate with some kind of effort or skill. You got to learn something. Because how are you going to build a society? You're not going to just build a society by prayer alone. It needs physical. You need to adjust.
If life is just about prayer and yeah and there, then why are we riding plane, riding car, riding this, riding if I even eating, not if I even eat, let's just pray so that our stomach can just be filled. The people, they know how to cajole people.
That doesn't knock me up.
I tell you, they really get to me. What kind of thing is this? In this age and time, technology, you can't even find it in our schools.
I want to go to America, they pay you look at that in America.
Yeah, it don't work like that. It needs to apply some effort.
Technology in this age and time. First some of the schools around here. Some of these schools around, you'll not see one. Nobody cares. Because they know very well that and they don't want to or maybe build a next generation. So the only thing they do, they pick their children from here, send them Ghana. If you call right now, you will hear that a child who stay in elementary in Ghana already start to do computer, even at the higher level. But here in Liberia, you have to graduate from high school or sometimes in fact from college.
You know how many college graduates you get in your country, they don't even know anything about.
Why are we punishing ourselves in the form and manner? Then one pastor or in fact reverend, one reverend who is a party chairman, talking about they parted with rule for even 200 years. So it's just about ruling. Oh God.
They are not thinking about transforming the people like neither to see how they can transform the country to be a better
Luther
one.
Tappe,
The moment
Reverend
their
Luther
focus is
Tappe.
on ruling. Yes, we will rule for 100 years, we'll rule for 50 years. They will not tell you, say, we are going to change the country to make it a better one. All they talk about ruling. You see, party chairman, they remember the first person to protest against the government. Yeah, because he wanted to be the minister of commerce, or they should send him to the port.
Yeah.
People to go protest. And today they put him to the port, no more protests. Okay now. You see, so to tell you people who they keen to get lucrative position to enrich themselves, they not come to serve the country to change anything. You see,
Not only that, Ali, the man even ran away from the country, brought his family back in the States.
yes, that time in Minnesota.
Yeah.
See? So everything is just about ruling our people. Even if our people are dying, you just rule them. Now,
Yeah.
So the party will rule for 200 years. So that some of you now you just are looking for dividend to do.
This is the same revenue.
This is your life.
This is the same revenue. Look at all the political parties called the helping verb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see revenue.
Change your life. Because what kind of group of people that will just be in the opposition, instead of them finding strategies, the other men work out and say the people not qualified, they don't get no experience for job. What a job that even that you have, then the party chairman come in and say we will rule for 200 years. So it's just about how to rule the people. No leadership. How to make money.
Even if you're not meeting up with the basic needs of the people, the question is just to keep ruling. Just keep sitting over there. What are you meeting that basic need? No, that's not your concern.
Wow. God be God.
It's all about greed and power. That's all.
This is frustrating. To hear this thing coming from our religious people.
I want to talk about national security. The national security business in our country, I think we should try to talk about it too, because what is happening right now is that since this problem at the border happened, and our representative have been put out opposition, and the targeting senator and the targeting news media, all of that carrying a message. When will the Liberian government come and tell the Liberian people exactly what happened? This is national security business, because what I realized is that I put a tip into the chat room. Then you see 40 tons of cocaine that left from Sierra Leone and were arrested by the Spanish people. I live here in Europe. It's a network that has been going, and the people have used West Africa because the other countries now trying to detect, and they have messed the plan up. The people are billionaires. The drug dealers organization is $1 billion business. So they can even get any president themselves and entangle you into their business. What happened there in Sierra Leone? These are the link between Sierra Leone and Liberia, that most of our securities are blind, or things are passing through and we don't know about it. But from my area of security, I have got a lot of intel that a lot of what is happening there in Sierra Leone, for 40 tons, the biggest seizure of cocaine coming from an African country, you must know that something else is happening. What we found out is that nobody wanted to point finger, but they were still into investigation to find out that particular cargo, who signed for it, how did it leave Sierra Leone to go into the international water for it to be detected, and all of that. So our national security is being controlled by the drug dealers in other aspects, like in Sierra Leone. So we don't know whether it trickled down to our area too, because from the fact is that if all the concessions that we have in Liberia, and every time we're talking about amending what they had done wrong to the Liberian people, that adjustment can never be made. Why? Because our officials are the people who supporting the people and getting money from them through They own a company that they had that they got working for these different companies, like the transportation, the trucking, the security, all the network are the one that have embarrassed the Liberian people, and they don't know that these are the few groups of people that got our country stranded. We are a stranded nation at a particular point until the lawmakers get the contracts away from the concessions and come back. We'll never have a good concession agreement for the Liberian people. Once they're here inside, it will always be a jiggy bar inside. Kuku Jimoku, that means to say if you're not inside, you don't know. And that is exactly how they have been running our country. So even a new government come in, the man had a trucking company there. He will only tell the other senator, my man, I got my business there. So let us try to keep the thing alive. You know, that's Liberia. We got to get our own. So these are the kind of mental mind, bad thinking that the people bring to the masses. And we can't get out of it because they have won the war. The war is that keep the people uneducated, keep them stupid, keep them beggars, and keep them as slavery towards the officials. So once they have won that war, we who talking, we are talking at 20 or 30% of it. But 80% of the people have been emerged. They have been embedded into such a kind of structure of government and the style of thinking. So we have the mercy of God.
Well, you know, my dear brother Dishil, what you're talking about, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and other African nations are being used as a transit point for a lot of these drug traffickers. So it's not a new thing. Primary among them is Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau is a major transit point for these people. And the drug traffickers, they come, they look for the weaker links. Wherever they can converge their drugs and they find a way out, whether be it through the sea, be it through the airport, and so on and so forth. They're going to do that. They will use it continuously until the mechanisms are put into place. Because even locally, the war against drug is being heavily compromised. Look at the level of changes that have been made at the EP. How they call it EPS, right? Is that EPA or EPA?
LDEA.
LDEA, all right, that's the name. LDEA, right? Thank you, Aliyu. So the level of changes, the level of turnover. Yesterday, whatever leadership are coming over there, one way or another, they have been compromised. So they fight against it until you can consolidate and put the proper mechanism locally. The system is going to be infiltrated by that state. Drug trafficking is a fight. Just imagine the greatest economy in the world, the United States. Drug traffickers still finding their way through here, regardless. People are rich here, they are everything, but yes, there is still infiltration of drugs in the United States. So that fight until you got the proper mechanism in place on the ground in the various countries, be it Sierra Leone or Liberia, those things going to happen continuously. So it's a tough situation to fight. People until human being, the people that are leading those institutions, the fighters, the foot soldiers, and everything, until they can be sincere to themselves to honestly fight drug trafficking, it's going to be a hard thing to find a remedy to. So, I mean, I understand the frustration, my brother, but these countries are being used as transit points.
You know? Yes.
The problem here to fight drugs, like Mr. Dishu said, they just cartel. Those people, they are not even millionaires. Those people, they are billionaires. They just cartel. Those people, they are billionaires. You don't just knock them down so easily. Like I can tell people, the greatest country in the world, America today, you know how many people here, children are being destroyed from drugs on a daily basis. And this is why we used to say, you don't politicize everything. Yesterday, the Unity Party government, they were like, oh, we are bringing cool, we are destroying our children. When they took over, see how drugs were looking in the country, but at least thank God they covered it a little bit. But this government, they have make us to understand that for them, their fight against drugs is done selectively and not holistically. Like we all know, Quita, she's one of the strong supporters of the Unity Party, and she get a close proximity with the president and his children. See the amount of drugs she was arrested with. You see, at the end of the day, what they did, they told her to leave the country. She was not prosecuted. The only thing the government did was you had to leave the country. You can't stay here. You see, look at Dominic Bala. You could see him taking picture with the president, his children, all of those things. He was arrested with drugs. Huge quantity, $billions of drugs. Where is Dominic Bala today? The government told him you had to leave because like that. So when you are into drugs and you from the Unity Party and you get most especially to get a close connection with the first family, you will be set free. Look at Musa Bedete today, his son. He's behind bars. Other people are behind bars because of drugs. So this government, those were things that they campaign against. And to see that amount of drugs leaving from Sierra Leone, coming for them to arrest it overseas, who knows? Like we talk about, Mr. Conner talk about Guinea-Bissau, because people say like even the drugs that were arrested doing the weird administration, $1 million of drugs, according to what people said, that drug was not ready coming to Liberia, but it was like a transit point that they were using Liberia. You see, if you get today LDEA that's supposed to be to the various borders in the country to other areas to make sure to fight the increase of drugs in the country, because you cannot really get rid of that thing. You still have people as volunteers, LDEA officers, some of them 6-7 years they are volunteering to fight drugs. You think you're going to get rid of it? And this is one of the budget we expected for the government to really increase, because they promised Liberian people that they were going to get rid of drugs in the country. But look at the LDEA budget today. You see, you still have people there as volunteers. So the issue about drugs is really troubling. It's not easy. This is why you cannot politicize it. All my left in America, I see one president say, oh yeah, because Joe Biden is the president, that why we get drugs in America. When the other president can, there will be no drug. You can't politicize it, because those people, the drugs cartel is a big organization. These are billionaires. So to fight them is not easy. To crack down on drugs, but that is it. When you're coming from Sierra Leone like that, like you said, who knows what will happen to our own country one of these days. Yeah.
It's going to take a long time, because the infrastructure to be set up to stop those kind of sophisticated movement by those people is going to be hard, because our ports of entry, sea, land, and elsewhere, they are so vulnerable that we cannot do anything more than what we're doing right now, because the people spend millions of dollars to put up infrastructure to protect their country from these things. You know, you have detectors, you have the dogs, you have different set up at the different entry point to be able to detect what is coming into the country. I don't think we even have metal detector. I think people can just walk through our border with armed in a sock or something like that. And yeah, we don't have nothing. We don't have detector for drug. We have nothing. So what the cartel did was that they used all the vulnerable areas in West Africa. Now is the new hopping ground. Knowing that the government, they're broke, the government can compromise. They have people in government in the different African countries that are vulnerable. They're looking for money. These people have tested the ground. So they moved now into West Africa, like what our brother Avi said, and coming down to Liberia, Sierra Leone, and other areas. There used to be plenty in Nigeria, but Nigeria is fighting against it, even though they themselves have enough drug dealers there themselves, but they have a lot of sophisticated equipment set up that at least you pass, but they will cut most of them. But in Liberia, you show us one equipment that will detect things that are coming into the country that will know that we can depend on to say, yeah, this particular thing cannot come into our country because of this or because of that. So it's a serious thing, you know. So let us go to the next topic. If we have
I
any.
know, I know. I think maybe
It's on a news break.
it's 3 o'clock, so I think on the news break, so we can. You know, if it is a major thing that you really want to be on the radio, maybe then we can wait on him to come back. But here's the thing, my brother.
Mhm.
You talk about all of those sophisticated mechanism that needs to be put in place. First and foremost, the borers are, especially Liberia's borders, they are all porous. Case in point, this very solemn matter you're talking about it there. Look how the people enter that place. You know how the presence of forget about it, even the equipment itself, but the presence of security, joint security apparatus at the border, you don't have it.
The human,
Mind
the,
you,
the human
your
is
country is surrounded by 3 nations: Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Ivory Coast. The borderlines are not manned by men. They are not present there. Least to talk about, even if you get all of the equipments, if you don't have the manpower there to effectuate the function of the equipments, how are you going to detect things? People come willy-nilly. They come across back and forth without being questioned. So, I mean, until you put all of those things in place before you start talking about bringing it, it's just like you go into the battlefront, you got all the weapons, but you got nobody at the front to fight it, to shoot those weapons or bring the weapons to function. What are you going to do with the weapons? You can't keep it away. So
maybe
the men has to be present to man the borders first. Then you talk about all of it, and you know how to equip them with all of these things. But I mean, that's not the case, you know. And then besides that, look at the budgetary allocation for your national security as compared to the allocation I made for a bunch of men that sit on Capitol Hill and doing nothing. They go there twice a week and be paid exogenous salaries and benefits. National
yeah,
security is nothing.
correct. If the human is the first line of defense for
Right.
national security. The human.
Yeah.
So if we don't have the human, you may have to have guns and stuff
No.
like that. We have human intelligence. If we
Yeah.
set up, because I come from that particular area. If we have like what we used to do before, if you have people set up in all these strategic areas, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you have the trusted people, giving them what they want, you will get all the intel that you need because these
Exactly.
people are ordinary people that live with the people, and these
Yep.
people don't know them, and they will get the inside info that at least you will be able to use to
Exactly.
know move left or right.
Yep.
You know, we're living in this world and we don't have arm, but we hear, oh man, that guy there, he plan on hitting you.
Yeah.
You know exactly having that intelligence. You don't have no arm or nothing like that to protect yourself, but you know how to move. So it's the same thing like what is happening right now. If we don't have the intel set up, the magnetic set up from the human area, I think we're in a bad phase, and that has been shown from the people crossing into our border or
Mhm.
that have been shown from a lot of other cases that I have seen that have really embarrassed our security situation. They have been compromised in the sense that they need overhauling.
Yeah. I think Mayborn is back now. Yeah, you're right about that, my brother. You're right.
Mr. Dishi, you were talking about the Solomon border issue. What with the, for me, in my mind, like what Representative Koluba said, the president had a meeting with Guinea president when he went there along with Sierra Leone president, and they all agree that that place belonged to Guinea, so they should just forget about it. And according to Yeke Koluba, the president king, that's why he told the senator when he had a closed-door meeting with them that the place belonged to Guinea, and looking at what military strength and what have you, so we should Liberia should just forget about it. According to Yeke Koluba, that was the meeting that was held in Guinea, and that was exactly what Boakai told the senators. And Yatuen agreed to that because when Amara Kone made a statement, and Yatuen said that that was exactly what President Boakai told them, and it was not to be disclosed. So in my mind, I believe that that border issue, it will just remain like that. Nothing will be done about it. Maybe the next administration, when they take over, maybe they will be they want to go and do something, because I think more than 3 months now, our people have been displaced in Lofa County. The government did not say anything. They have not done anything to help those people that have been displaced in Lofa County. They are not even paying attention to it. They call for a special sitting. We thought those were things that they were going to discuss to see what they can do to help the people over there. But the special sitting was only called for the expulsion of Yeke Koluba. So that whole Guinea issue today, no journalist of a journalist can go there with a gadget or anything to say you're going to get information to do any recording. That one, you will not see yourself. You see today they're going after one of Spoon journalists that is on the run today, because he went over there, he did a live video. Today he's on the run. So that's the issue. And I heard then they were talking about World Press Freedom Day. If you celebrating World Press Freedom Day, you get press freedom. Go Lofa County now to the Solomon Bowler. Go and get your update for them. Then we know that you people already have press freedom in the country. So I whole thing is an issue. And for me, in my mind, I believe that how it's going to stay till the government term finish, and then the next government, maybe when they can, they will be the one to go Guinea to see how they can settle things. So
That will be a transfer problem for the next subsequent government, not only this government.
Exactly. That's why they will inherit.
Yeah.
Indeed, and let me say thanks to the entire team. We're back on the radio. Indeed, we went for the news break, 15 minutes, and we're back. But again, I listen to all of you, all of the different views and so forth. And I think, Mr. Tishu, you're right by asking that question, because these are questions that some of our citizens keep asking us behind the scene as to where are we when it comes to the Guinea, Liberia border. And myself, I was shocked because for our president, my own deacon, to go to the US without even talking about that. I don't know, maybe talk about that, maybe behind the scene or what, or maybe some kind of closed door, because I thought that should have been one of the maybe things that we talk about, but they just leave it at that. And then Ali said, maybe they just leave it at, like 1 week. After 1 week, we'll get another topic, and the other topic will come, other topics, and at the end of the day, the people, their mind will move on. It's not true. Now we are the only people now, and in fact, we will be the only group of people, the media, that will continue to be talking about this thing now moving forward. But at the end of the day, a different thing. The entire leadership are not tend to throwing of jabs. People,
sorry for cutting you off 1 minute, but the reason why they didn't ask the president anything about Guinea border before the president, prior to his coming here, people had to pay. You had to register and pay. Oh yes, or Aliyu Masade, this is my question. I had to pay and read my question and send it. Okay, they will decide as to whether they will read it to the president or not. That's what they did. So everybody that you saw asking the president question, they registered.
Are you talking about the town hall meeting that they had that time when the president was there and they were asking questions?
Yeah, all those questions that people pay for. They pay before asking those questions. You will pay, you register, you pay, then you send your question now. Then they will say, okay, we read the other question, we ask the president. So why if you have a Guinea border and you finish paying, they will not report your money, you see corruption? So that's how the president how they said
so to that, in fact, even when I even saw that meeting myself, I was shocked, because most of our people on our side, they always like, for me, I want to be fair enough. Even if some of us, when we are no more on the show or maybe even on the radio, we will be, at least people say yes. My neighbor when I was down there, they used to talk about it. So our diaspora Liberians who claim that, in fact, we here, maybe we got low IQ, we get this, we get that. But to sit them before the president, pretending like after the president even use some kind of war on them with that kind of parable, and see them in that form, and I say, okay, we always looking for hero.
But maybe
For me,
what you expected them to do, they tell you the people that went over there to receive the president, I will just leave from here and go over there. I will pay to go there. So that when the president come in, they get set a special budget. Oh, my man, maybe the president come, we want you to come over there. They know everybody here working. Oh, maybe yeah, we give you 500, I will give you 1,005, we give you 2,000. You call to your job, put in for an excuse. So you to go there. So when you go there, you not need to go be asking stupid question. They tell you the people can just go there for free. Mr. Conan know about it, they can pay them. Yes.
But you know, Aliyu, the intention was to generate money, and secondly, to keep President Boubacar abreast with questions that will come. Meaning they're going to study those questions. That by the time he asks it, he's okra with it already. They didn't want to be kind of bamboozled by some question that he would not know the answer. And say, oh, but the president didn't know what you're talking about. So those two
sense of question. Yeah, they only want to have sense of question, not all sense of question.
Yes, so that's so Ali, it's not all about the money. Those things are calculated because they know that they have an aging president, and then obviously he's not going to be familiar with a lot of things. Otherwise, he might say something. He might speak some gaffe over there or say something that will be completely out of order. So you say, no, got to prepare the woman before you go over there. So by that, if you get maybe you got 10 questions, you familiarize with all of the questions.
But
that's how I play.
But AB, my point here too is because the president made that statement with imparable passing, and that was just so short to go and meet you people on our side. Even though it's not the discussion though, but we're just passing through with that also. But it was very shocking to me that to see you people in and most of our hard talking people who claim, oh, yeah, that can be holding people accountable. I've seen that then.
No, but maybe the thing about it is that was a gathering that the people were selected. They knew who they wanted to be there. Obviously, if you have people like people that be on radio, people that be on the platform and critical of it, they were going to ask a question, whether it legal need to answer it or not. But mind you, that notion that they keep putting, that was just parable, he didn't mean it. It was deliberate. Maybe if this man can tell you that, you sit on there, Donald Trump coming for you, that one too, that was parable. Eh?
Or
the one that you talk about, the one that you talk about, God creating new land. I want a parable too. Come on, man. Those things, it was deliberate. Now they have a program that program, so they decide who the one in there. So they'll create all the bottleneck for people to be objective. So 90% of those or 95% of those are in there. They are supporters of Mr. Boubacar and other people. So they're not going to ask what kind of hard question. That's all they're telling you. Saying, send that question for let it know what kind of question you want to ask. You know what I mean? So maybe we are
here. Control you people. So no. So now let's come back to the point because from I think from the beginning of our conversation here today, we talk about the poverty, our people being controlled by politicians, and you talk about the low IQ and so forth. Why were Melbourne who making a lay 500 maybe something per month or per week or per day time? Want to waste my time and energy behind somebody who finish insulting me or who allegedly insulted me? No, I give up, man. Let them move on because this is annoying. Let me frank. Then where is the integrity of Mr. Issue? We only our low IQ people here accountable for some of the things that they are doing. Then people who claim to get high IQ, they are also dancing and dining, or maybe with the same situation with a bunch of people who continue to put our people into poverty. What kind of a dialogue they really want from these people? They really want to be seen as maybe, they person or close. Because let me tell you, I have a friend of mine who used to be close to that before, and he told me, Vanessa, maybe I'm coming down. I said, okay. When the guy came down, Aliyu, AB, and Mr. Dishu. 1 week the guy was here. They may not come and I knew the man was running beyond the house. They don't know you can't come in. And I know. They not drove in. Oh God, they lie. Then after now, you call me. Maybe Yeah, but my dear brother, sorry, they were been here for the past almost week plus, and they are selling to them, you know, and when people come to them, I don't know anything what people want from them. So the who then so. He said that was the one and you be then who they are just running out. I don't see that, I can't see them. And then my brother, thank you, welcome to Liberia. You come here in your own home, even if you want to do investment, because the reason why you're going around these people is because they have the power or they have the position. Maybe there's something that you want to do and you want to get, you forced to get through with the people. Go to the system. Go to ARA if you want to do your business. Go to the Liberia Business Registry or jump past to the Liberia system. But when you want to be having connection with people like you are back. So my question to him was, is Senator Dawa, you're not going to be senator, or maybe Senator Yam, going to be senator, you're going to go to them? He said no. He said no, my brother, you know. I said, okay. So for me, most of you from that side, I don't feel people that behavior it represent them. But majority of you people on that side, let me be frank. You're like almost like us here, not different. I don't know what that what Steve can say that swear on us or what. I don't really get it. Why would neighbor want to even open it to that I'm gonna go? Somebody writing a question for me. There are a lot of gathering that we've been watching, even on television, where presidents, even in Africa, interacting with students. You don't see them writing questions. Then you that making huge contribution back home. Then them a real question for you. You know, well, let them move on. That's Liberia for us. So that's the country. At the end of the day, we all now we're just struggling between. We don't even know which way not to go, because by this age and time, we're supposed to be hoping on our people outside of Liberia with the other people who here. Because I saw that during the 2022, 2023, the desperate Liberians, they were all behind the opposition by them, supporting them hugely, giving all of their resources and everything, making sure that even to the extent that Henry Costa today, they quote unquote Euro today, he was heavily supported. But everybody that's shying away, acting like so. Some will get SARS. Some will already taking SARS. We already choose which way to go. We already want to maybe to have people that will worship. Then no need for to be crying. Then they just continue worshiping them. Simple for me. No one can say that anything that will go to the line. But for me, I think I close on all these things with the Ebola issue. Yes, we still waiting for our government to come and tell us where are we with the Ebola situation. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not waiting.
That Ebola issue for Gabo that they already use Yeke Koluba's situation to cover that whole Ebola issue. That's the end. For me, I believe that thing will stay like that. Those people have already been. They already took them from that place. They have been displaced. The 33 towns and villages that were to that place, and the Guinean had taken over that place. So in my mind, like Yeke said, I think that's how that place going to be. That will be another problem for the next administration, because we know during Manasedi time, the people were using that place. They did so many things in that river. Why this they didn't happen? Even during the former administration, they used that same water draining saying thing to carry on some infrastructure development thing in that Lofa County. But why? And this is the problem that Mr. Kumi said, and everyone all continue to say, why is the government not being transparent to the Liberian people? Guinea, so they were just came overnight to come and take that place because they feel they're taking it. Why they didn't do it doing it in 12 years? We are saying why only doing Bwaka administration. Something might have been the cause. Why can the government come and tell the Liberian people, oh, you know, Aliyu Masale went over there, he got in the river, Mabon, Mr. Kone, they were doing so and so thing. That one led to the Guinean coming to take over the place. They see that equipment. Be transparent. These are things that you can be on. Transparency, accountability, to be honest, to be open to the Liberian people. But like we are hearing, there are some government official people who are close to the president. They call this thing to happen. And that is the president who can't Lufa country, where you coming from. If such a thing can be happening to his own people, they have been displaced, and he cannot say anything about it. So what do you expect? That when you're happy to other country or other people in the country, you expect him to speak? That's the president country, the not Nima country, the not Grand Jida, the not Grand Basso, but Lofa country, where the president coming from. Here people have been displaced today. Over 3 months.
But are
Nothing
you
the government had done about them, and nothing he can tell the Liberian people what led to the Guinean taking over our place.
to that point, the basic part of everything, or the simplest part of it, when president speaks, it becomes policy issue. The first thing President Barker stated that he constituted an investigative committee. It's almost 3 months now. Have you given any finding for that investigation? Nope. Reason being, those are involved in a particular episode over there that led to the whole invasion, so to speak, are people directly connected to him. And those are people that almost they are untouchable in his government. The likes of Francis Newman and the likes of from my understanding, Falah's brother and the guy that runs the company over there. Why he need some Jala or something. The guys that run the company over there, the company that was doing the mining and other things over there. Those are people that they have been cheated by this government. So such an investigation, you will never get the findings of it. So at least to talk about what they're going to do. If they tell you the cause of a problem, if you know the cause of a problem, then you find a solution. But they're not telling you the cause of the problem. So how can you even speculate a solution? You know? So until that happens, you got a problem here. All they tell you, diplomacy. What sort of diplomacy is it? That you can't tell your citizen what's going on at the border. When people speak about it, they say classified. What is classified? Maybe, let me tell you this. If you want for Google to speak to you directly, just call Google. When you say, hello, can you tell me the size of the Liberian army? They will tell you it. Can you tell me the strength of the Liberian army? They will explain to you based on statistics. They're not just assuming. So nothing is classified about those things. But hey, this is what you get today. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Dishu, 1 minute, please. You see, this whole thing here, like, one day I went to work when we were arguing on the Ukraine, the Iran and America or Israel war. Then somebody say, oh, Iran is the biggest country in the world. Iran get the biggest military in the world, this and that. So we're arguing on that thing. So when I went to the office and I just went on the computer and I started to check. So I called and I say, why you people lying? So I started to see all the country, they have military strength, this and that. So after everything, I say, let me see Liberia military strength. So I started straight here. I went to Liberia. Exactly what Americans said in Japan across. So I on national security issue on internet. Go ahead, Mr. Dishu.
Yes. That is why we talk about the future of Liberia. We really need transformation. We really need transformation, and until a government that have that willing power to know that transformation is needed and they work towards doing that, I think we'll still be caught up in this web, because this thing is having going from generation to generation. And we seem to have no solution to it. It has been embedded into the mind, and it has become a societal clique. So it's a clique that runs Liberia. From the few times that I have noticed, that it's only a few groups of people that make decisions on behalf of the millions who are vulnerable to make decisions for themselves, or to be able to voice out what their leaders are doing wrong against them. Like I said, the people have been sold out. The country is being sold out because our sovereignty have been compromised, and the citizens have been living in destitute. There's no way that they can come back because the government is not giving them no information, and they are finding other means of living now. So that means to say that particular area, the Guineans, they're going to take it, because the common citizen, they are not military people to go and fight for themselves. If our government decide that we're going to go through diplomatic means, and we know through diplomatic means we are going to have some kind of favorable answer in the 3 month space of time, and we're still waiting for it, you can tell that this thing here is being based on what we said from the beginning, that the particular company, the BK company, that being controlled by Francis Nimani and likes of the family members and stuff like that, this will cause a serious problem for the future, you know. And I think it should be able to, we should be able to rectify, or the government should be able to tell us something, you know. Aliyah made a comment that the president going to America, and he did not make no statement before going on the state of the affair of the country, you know. So he left us in a vulnerable state and left and went to America. Who's going to mind us?
Well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bishop. Let me see how best to go to the line, but let me see some of the commenters. They are interesting, like Sis Veronica and Luis, and she, in fact, she knew everything because everybody not have integrity. She right because a lack of integrity. Why would you want to do things like someone who is hungry, someone who is struggling? Then come back home. Why you want to be making yourself to look like small? That's why when the people come here, sometimes they don't even perform because no system, and that's the fact. You will not feel bad about. These are all fact, glaring facts. We will not be able to be shifting blame from another end to another end of the issue. Then at the end of the day, the people who we expect. This is not Iran. You know, Iran, you don't have freedom. You don't come by. You don't even associate. But yet, at least you will be able to come and have your say into the system, into the politics. But again, then you side with the same group of people who putting your people into poverty where there is no electricity, no stable electricity. The people are struggling. You see these things.
Aliyu, brother, they baptized Deacon here. He read it on the dashboard back today.
Yeah, interesting. This thing, brother AB can really get to me.
They baptized Deacon here. He read it on the dashboard back today.
My brother, we're not getting you though. Go ahead.
I said, blessed evening to you all.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Brother G. Last, what they call it for things that they beat tomorrow. But I'm never kind of letting you at 2 points. You people talk about the leadership of the national police, comparing the pre-war startup to after the war started. I tell you one thing, neighbor. Nice to know one was talking about that one for 12-year-old. When the policeman, you see the policeman uniform, you run away from him. The police was respected. When the policeman comes to arrest you, one policeman will have about 10 persons together. There was no resistance. So those are class we have, I keep on pronouncing so rest in peace. These people are fully respected. And Liberia were very respectful. So they led the time from compared to the after war time, brother, where we all have been to rebels.
That's it. And that's it. We are all rebellion of the law because the people they're not even telling us our rights, and in fact they are not even telling us the reason why they are arresting us. So now two people do got to rebel, my brother. Okay, let's go to the second point quickly now because the other colors.
Yeah, my other point, Brother Masale, you stated that according to former representative Yeka Oliver, when you said the president said you were not there, but you take it to be the fight, and you are saying the president said. My brother, Yeka Oliver is that the man going running a campaign, Canada, trying to set the country ablaze. So let us
set the country ablaze the hell now. By he saying that maybe alleged that the land belong to Guinea?
No. I'm saying campaign running now. Don't think they bucket of water president. I mean, don't that thing you got government time, not campaign time. You're not going to campaign.
Oh, but what is CPP saying for 6 years?
Right?
But CPP said the same thing for 6 years, maybe. What happened? The country going ablaze?
It's
Come on, man.
Well, all right, no problem. Thank you, man. Yeah, but we
That's
saw
why
that
Georgia one-time president for 6 years.
Yeah, but
Before they
things are
know boy.
2019, 2020. Hello, today's caller, good evening.
Let me say hi to the panelists in the diaspora. This is Edmond Carr, concerned member for Council Bureau for Justice. And so the question we ask is about the other things, saying that now what the president said, and that was not an agreement when he went to Conakry. The way it's happening now, right at the border there, the guys are still there, and in fact, nothing we hearing from our government anymore. The only people that you will hear them talking something about the border are some of the media and the Sktv and others will be talking about it. And it is a great concern because this issue that have been created under this government, if they leave 2029 and the government come to power, we don't know how the escalation will be like. Because even when you listen to Grandma Elizabeth study, the last one she said it clear. That's fact. She was not too clear, but she said we know the border. Even those that did the demarcation, they know. So she was simply trying to say that that place is for Liberia, so the government need to do the needful and making sure that we get a clear-cut information whether they are giving the place to the Guinean.
If they pay for us, let know. If they pay not for us, let know.
No.
Simple. You're right.
So comes 2029 when we are campaigning now. How are we campaigning now? How are the representatives campaigning now? Will you be so full to you will still be full flag representative? Look, the statement from the police, look, that thing was PR for the police. You know, the people want to go receive peace and war. So the account of Liberia, they want to burn their image. And that is not the way to burn their image because people are making research. The journalists are going beyond the viral follower. They are making research. So you cannot do PR like that for the police. They were the very same police that posted there. The question we asked, did the IG saw that thing before posting it over there? Then they took it out and they talk about internal investigation, making sure that things are put in order. Yeah, only cause the damage. It's not enough. So the other PR, no, let them do it here. Be cool with your people. Make some adjustment in your approach towards the citizen. Then your image will be burned up there. But you cannot do it up there and leave here vulnerable.
Oh, well, thank you. That somebody can say the cow, I know the cow waiting. So that's correct. I'm going to look at it interesting. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the Sktv show. Right here, those of you who are also following us on the show, you will see the WhatsApp number there beneath. Those of you who are watching, you will see it there quickly. Please in your calls now or forever hold your peace. To this caller, after the Islamia, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel. Yeah, Mabel, thank you very much for your show. Let me take you to all the panelists. Mabel, are you getting me?
Yes, we're getting you. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. Mabel, tonight at 4, I want to ask you tonight to please give me a little time to appreciate some of the things we are. Mabel, this was Sunday. I extended the opening of the Real FM program. Mabel,
why you want to be diverting off from all discussing, my man? Don't go that way. No, they can pay for time now. If you want to go,
Speak to the topic, my man.
Yeah, go to what we're discussing here, my brother. Or my man, you go. Yeah, man, go to what we're discussing.
Let me sum it.
0770203125. That's the number for you to call. You better call now or forever we repeat this of you. Yes, indeed, we talk about so many issues. And somebody said, oh, my brother AB talk about maybe why you had on us. Yes, I will come back to that AB. But today's call, good evening. Yes, go ahead, my brother.
People have proven their step to us that they have nothing to do for the country better. What is happening over there today we can know we can tell what happening there. Why it didn't happen in the past time? Calculator time it didn't happen. Madam Ellington it didn't happen. John Shriata it didn't happen. So Jota it didn't happen. So it is today part of Liberia, portion of Liberia has become What happened over there? That these people came to us. What is the reason we put that over there? We see no reason to know what anyone of them is a Sktv-Lib. They have Sktv-Lib background.
Man, I'm president.
Yeah, but never embarrassing us. So tomorrow we see high. We that put that good that they put for him. They don't have time. Most of them have it. Because most of us these people were capable to handle this country.
All right, thank you. To this caller quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good analyst. Emmanuel Channel is my name on the street. Do I make one see? You come out big on so to respectful to us with the librarian. When you can question information minister of the cheap. You do the one up on the cheap. You see, you are the content telling. If you send them corner or serious to tell our people what they learn our church or occupying for them. You see, now corner to tell our president weekend. What discover not discover what I'm telling for that show. You tell me I won't know that kind of tell nothing. The key for it, criminal case, let us not read out the other one said, how will we campaign for we go on that in the university? The commander, be sure to always like remember when I let it come in the fall or the even.
Thank you, my dear brother. Out there, Samia, good evening. Yeah, I know if you're taking a little, I know brief in, brief out. So go ahead now.
Let me tell you, what kind of responsible government in the country and allow public to be on the land of the president? What kind of responsible government can have that? And the government, no, let me tell you, the public will not see that because like when the people to live with any condition. Now why you to us? Now like that getting that maybe the people completely to live with the kind of condition of foreign people on the land, which is very bad. He told us from the beginning that he used the diplomatic means. The diplomatic means, what kind of means of the problem?
You gotta take time. You gotta take time. You know, sometimes you don't work like that. You know.
Those people have right to their land. Therefore, those people that over there, they have to be engaged in the Liberian government because they have to the rest and someone else go back to that place for the country. You can't allow the people to be there, they're grabbing the people from there, they are far, they are far, everything is all run away from it. Then they're telling them, they say, diplomatic leave, the government only gives you red face. The red face to me like that to keep fire so that any time we can either resign or we leave all that problem with this guy for the next government, which is very embarrassing.
All right. Thank you. Let me see quickly how best to get to the WhatsApp line. Two people calling on the WhatsApp. I think Roland here. I'm seeing Roland here. Also calling from the WhatsApp line. Let me get it on. Then we'll come back to you people back home here in Liberia. Yes, you know the calls back to back. So I think let me see quickly. Yeah. All right. I think it's basic. So yeah, let me just take one more call back home here quickly. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
My brother, okay, though. Thank God for life.
Okay, let me talk about one. You know, it is disheartening. This government professes to be the most educated government. It is proven and clear that it is the most incompetent government we've ever had in Liberia. What about government? You have incursion on your territory, and there is no comment, there is no update. The citizens are displayed. They are hearing nothing. They are seeing nothing being done. And those who are in that legislature, they are just there and waiting for another representative to ask a critical question. Then they call you and ask you, and then either tell you if you have disclosed
classify information so that they can have you maybe expel or maybe something.
Let the president, let the government inform the people. Keep updating us. We want to know what's going on. Not just to get we cannot see nothing, we cannot hear nothing.
All right, thank you. Quickly to this other caller, then we'll go back to the WhatsApp line. Hello. Yeah, my dear friend and brother, good evening.
Yeah, my brother. This is the word of Redeemer.
Long time though. What happened? Yeah.
And for me, as a member of the concern, we're going for justice. We have to keep the ownership in power.
All right, thank you, my brother. We have a little time. Let me see quickly. I just want to take this WhatsApp. Yeah, I think Roland, if you're free now, you can call back so that we can have you on quickly. Then we transition to our team of panelists. Yes, indeed, we have a little about 10 more minutes to go of our time. I think we can give each of our panelists three minutes each at least, so that they can talk more about some of the happening back home. Yeah, if not, maybe, but I'm gonna call in while we in flight. And yeah, so Mark, I'm sorry, but Ali, I think you people listen to the issue. I guess that you listen to our people. Maybe tomorrow we'll be asking them this question. Uh, have we achieved any of the things that we'll talk about during the campaign time? Maybe that will be asking them tomorrow as to whether maybe they achieved something. Even Ali, if a 1% say, we'll be asking them that question. Let me take the WhatsApp caller quickly, then I'll come back to you people. Hello to this caller, good evening. Brother
Hey, Melbourne, good evening to you and everybody on the panel. Melbourne, my brother, from yesterday, I tried to do some research about what politicians in Liberia.
Okay.
I will call them so-called politicians. These guys, for example, the president of Liberia, he graduated from the University of Liberia with a bachelor's degree. Melbourne, in the Western world, with a bachelor's degree, not be a manager. You cannot be a manager when you're working in, for example, in corporate America. Jeremiah Banco, graduated from Continental with business administration. Those two people, the president and vice president, both of them graduated with what? Business degree. Look at what business claim in Liberia. Both of them, that degree they went for in school. Our people, majority of them, they are half educated and they run the country. What do you think, people? These people will go and collect few experts, pass the budget, because they are limited, and just sign on it and they start running the country. I started following Liberian politics in 2017. But maybe almost since 2017 to now, 9 years, nothing has changed in Liberia. That is the same thing. They're fighting each other because they are a bunch of unlimited people. You know, even the past justice, I did a research on her, Senayo, her first degree was bachelor's degree in business. Then she went to that field school they call after grad school of law, where anybody can just go there and graduate and practice the law. And when they come out, they do the wrong thing. That lady, she worked in the Seminole government from 1983 to 1985 as assistant minister for public, for legal affairs. And later on, she came back from 1988 to 1990. So all these people, they are recycled people. Let me tell you, before I end, our generation, especially we that, as for me, I was born in the 80s. If we don't stand up for that country, or maybe our country will go nowhere. That the same recycled politician coming back, the same people, they just playing with us. They pass the budget, they utilize the budget, they wait for next year. They fight among themselves, they give people. I mean, maybe we need
to my brother. All right.
These people,
yes. Yeah, we had to stand up, and I think you people on our side, for me, the standing up to start. We all got to stand up, and how we going to stand up now that the whole thing? If everybody been giving, I don't know, but at least say someone the transportation to go and be part of something. But then we're back. Yeah, we go ahead. They could be interesting. Mr. Tissue, I think you can start up. We're going for the day.
Yeah, move on. Well, very interesting. The callers made that point, and I think that that is why SKTV is all about. Everybody come and give their opinion about how they feel about things in Liberia. So I wanted just to go back for a reminder of the Liberian people to know that we have a broken system, and we have selected, there's a lot of selected justice that is going on. That's why the judiciary have failed the people. And because what is happening is that uh, countries are based on doctrines, and doctrine is a shared decision of ideas of yesterday that shapes the outcome of today. So if we have all the bad and biased decisions today, that going to it's going to be set as precedent for tomorrow. And inequality is no longer a shock. Then the bias will be no longer justification. Injustice will be longer to appear as abnormal. So everything that is bad will say that is, I mean, it's just normal, like what the trend of what our society is carrying right now. All the bad things I will talk about for them, they don't make any adjustment to it. They don't protest. They don't do nothing. It because it has become normal for them. Now we're in the danger stage because if they accept all the wrongdoings, what's going to happen for the future? What's going to happen for the future when better people come in and they try to help them, telling them that those things that they did wrong before, the president said, we have to set new precedents because those one before were based on biasness or based on selective justice and influence by officials and things. It will not be accepted for the new government or the future of Liberia. So I want to remind them that these things are precedents being set, and we should try to confront our people because these things will lead to the future, and their children going to be affected. So power learns from immunity, and institution learns silence, and citizens learn resignation. So it's a serious problem that we're having, and we need to be addressed.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Dishu. We see you on tomorrow by the grace of God. But it be interesting. Say Nora said if I would just stand on for me, say Nora, I don't even know how to stand. I don't even know how to stand. I said
Yeah, let me say, Mabel, let me say thanks, great show, and thanks to the callers. I'm happy that people are in tune to what's happening in their country, and until they can keep speaking, things will remain as they are. I want to publicly state that whoever is the representative for that particular Solomon area should publicly issue a statement to the government that it needs an answer right now. But I doubt it, whatever will happen.
I think I told my father. I think
the senators of that county should demand answer for their plight of their people and the citizenry, the people of that particular district. They should petition this government right now that they need some answer for their land. Their farming activity have been halted. Their livelihood have been completely strangulated right now. They are barely living. You have a leadership that have not, the president have not even visited that crisis scene, because I will call it crisis. The vice president have not been there for the last 3 months. Maybe they're hearing it today, they will be contemplating on it. I don't know. But the citizen of that place, is their right to demand the invasion of their land. Let me tell you, Mabel, when the borderline in the United States here was heavily infiltrated by all those illegal that were crossing at the border of Texas and El Paso and other places here, the citizens from those neighboring areas were demanding their lawmakers to take some stand, to speak to the government that they need an answer so that their border could be protected. But the people of that region, I mean, coincidentally, the president is from that region. So maybe based on that, they will not demand this president publicly to do things that they think that is prudent because of maybe the solidarity, the regional solidarity and the tribal solidarity. Maybe they will not speak to it, but it's incumbent upon them to do those things. Look, maybe like one of the callers stated, I mean, he was right on it, that the foreign minister of Sierra Leone publicly and spoke to their citizens. They say, oh, look, Sierra Leone, we want you to know that that land that Guinea took from over there, indeed, it belongs to Guinea. And that's how that chapter got closed. But today, you're hearing nothing absolutely. The people have left you. I mean, they are keeping you in complete darkness for what transpired at that border. The president talked about investigation. I don't think that investigation will take up to 3 months up to now that you can get a finding for that investigation. And I doubt whether that finding will all be made public. But again, another time before I spend Mayborn and great show, we will continue to speak and highlight those things. That's all we can do. Harmlessly, we will not retrogress to violence anymore. We have watched that movie before, and it was not a nice movie. We don't want to watch it anymore. But equally so, you got to stand for your land and demand it out of your leaders. They got to speak to you. Time before I spend, but great show, and thanks for the time, man. All right.
Wonderful. Thank you for the you?
Yes, thanks to all the callers. Thanks to all the callers. The caller who said that, oh yes, they called my name. And what I said was, Yeke Koluba said, the Liberian president went to Guinea along with Sierra Leone president. They met the Guinean president. And they agree. He agreed that, oh yes, the land belongs to Guinea. And according to Yeke Koluba, when the president came, he had a closed-door meeting with the senator, telling them that place for Guinea. Looking at our military strength and thing, let's just forget about that place is for the people. And Yeke Koluba told the president, come and tell the Liberian people why you discussed with the president in Guinea and why you told the senator. Because you already agree. And now, when Amara Kone made a statement that Liberian military is just 2,000, and when Amara Kone started to discuss about the Guinean military strength, Nyatwen from Nima County said that was exactly what the president discussed with them. So, Amara Kone has spilled the beans. So, Yeke Koluba has been vindicated. That's what I said. Because everything Yeke Koluba said, this is why Yantwe said, oh yeah, that's what the president told them. So why is it that the government can come on, like the other caller said, Sierra Leone president was clear enough to tell you people that play for Guinea. And today they forget about that other problem. The Guinean and the Sierra Leone, they get no conflict again. If the place stay for us, tell the Liberian people that place it belongs to us and we are following the diplomatic channel. Or no, that place is not for us. And tell us what led to the people even coming to take over that place. This is what we want to know. But like I said, in my mind, I believe that place will be the next administration on the problem to solve. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
And maybe just before you go real quick, that caller, a caller that Ali just mentioned, for him to state that Yeke is trying to set the country ablaze. Man, these are the same people. You kept telling George Weah and his government that it's a one-term government. Did Liberia burn? The CPP, that was their mantra. They campaigned on it for 6 years that this is a one-term government.
Yes, the country they didn't burn.
The country didn't burn. That today, and you know, so the sycophancy and the hypocrisy is just troubling. But this is the tolerant level of these people. They would never accept what they did to other people. You know? So I just wanted to point that out, man. But thanks, Mayborn. Take care, bro.
Deacon Mayborn, see you tomorrow.
Yes, wonderful. Thanks to all of you. Brother Ali, that's a good point. In fact, that's a good day today. Maybe tomorrow we'll be asking the people tomorrow what they get from the government. And some go almost 2 years, 3 months. I think 3 months now with some days. What so far what maybe achieved from our own government? Maybe they get some of the bread and butter issues. Or maybe that the president.
Yeah, the people they achieve stable electricity and running water.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow.
But that's when you add the United Party people, what have the government done? They say Liberia gets stable electricity and running water.
They don't say they like it even Bobby are. What they don't say.
Oh my God.
I don't know whether it's Bobby are or he's sleeping now. I know.
Tomorrow. We'll get more details tomorrow. Good night from my end here in Liberia. See all of you, all of our viewers, our supporters, our well wishers. Good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here the promise of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I put a boy ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I put a boy ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The flesh that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.